Alright, hey everybody. So this one's going to be a little bit different because I've never talked about the National Spelling Bee before, but this just seems to be a clear example of the spelling bee even being rigged and scripted by the numbers. And so this took place on July 8th. We had our first black person win the Scripps National Spelling Bee. But what stands out about it, the most clear part about it, is it was the 93rd spelling bee. And her name is Zaila Avant-garde, which I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing correctly, but notice the first African American winner of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. So it just sounds like scripted right in your face, but I mean, you can believe this or not if it is all the way down to the spelling bee, but there has been an awful lot of connections of Black history in 93. So just getting to it, again, it's the 93rd National Spelling Bee. It was taking place in Bay Lake, Florida on July 8th, and she is currently 14 years old, from Harvey, Louisiana. The winning word was Maria, which I'll talk about all these points in a minute. But just starting off with 93, her last name equals 93, just like Black American equals 93, Black History Month equals 93, and 78. And again, she won this championship on July 8th. And then more 93s is Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Bob Marley. So, I mean, so many events in history. Zach has plenty of blogs talking about 93 and what all is so strong about that connection. So then looking at the location, Bay Lake, Florida has Gematria of 59, like Rasta Slave Blues, but Rasta Slave Blues also equals 14, and she's currently 14 years old, so I found that to be even more fitting. The word that she won with, Maria, equates to 34, like Black, and again, she's the first Black American to have won the spelling bee, because there was one in the past from 1998, but she was from Jamaica, so not the first African American or Black American. And then whenever you just want to look at spelling bee has that infinite number of 56 and also 263, and 263 is the 56th prime number, and her full name equates to 263. So I mean, wow, she has that strong connection there. And then again, how it took place on July 8th, that had date numerology of 56. When you take 7 plus 8 plus 20 plus 21 equals 56. But then I wanted to point out how the first round of the spelling bee took place on June 12th. And if you take June 12th to the day that it ended, July 8th, it was exactly 26 days later. And the word letter, which we all should be familiarized with, letter equals 26. And this is a spelling bee we're talking about. Spell equals 26. And again, this all just relates back to why everything is being scripted by the code. And, you know, we've heard this many times from Zach, and if you read any of his books, Letters and Numbers begins with why 26 is so important. There's 26 letters in the alphabet, and God equates to 26, and this is how they play God on us, is scripting things by the code using letters and numbers. But besides this whole point, I wanted to it's interesting to me to see how she's from Harvey, Louisiana, and when you think Harvey, I think of Hurricane Harvey, and we're during that time of the anniversary of Harvey, and now we have Hurricane Ida coming up. And, you know, we notice how they like to script sports and different events with the news and such. And I noticed Ida equals 14, just like how she's 14 years old. And even if you wanted to write Hurricane Ida, it has that 78, just like how she concluded and won on 7/8. So just very interesting to see all of that. And, you know, it's predicted to be hitting Louisiana here. I'm not sure exactly, probably whenever day they want it to happen. And just seeing that that's where she's from. But we'll see what comes of Hurricane Ida and everything. But again, just another example of how this code is used everywhere, all throughout the entertainment world and such. So, all right, we'll see you.